Hi, welcome to the Let It Fly show. I am Michael Severe, joined by my partner Josh Jones from Creighton University, of course, and Omaha Central. We have football.
We got football, bro.
College football on the weekend, obviously.
Youth football.
Youth football going on, high school football. And tonight when we tape this,
Yep.
the NFL gets started with the Dallas Cowboys versus the world champion Philadelphia Eagles.
That's lit. Hey, did you watch the Netflix joint with Jerry Jones? It was like
I did not watch the football thing about the Dallas Cowboys. I did not watch
I'm going to say something, and this might be a hot take.
Yeah.
It's as good as The Last Dance.
See, so, okay, I lived both of those. I don't need to relive the glory days of the Cowboys. It was fine during COVID to relive what happened with that was fine. I have no desire to relive what happened with the Cowboys.
Now, I'm going to tell you why I say that.
At all.
Because it is a wild take. Last Dance was crazy. What I like about this is the whole narrative between, I didn't know Jimmy Johnson and Jerry Jones was beefing that long in life, bro.
Yeah, I mean, they played together at Arkansas.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I know that story, and it involves one of the hated teams in the NFL. So I never had any kind of hate towards the Bulls.
Word.
I don't know anybody
in
my friend group that would watch that thing.
Okay.
It's like me watching the Boston Celtics thing.
For sure.
There is no way in
no doubt.
God's name
all right,
that I'm
talking
watching
from a sports fan perspective.
I am not watching a documentary about the Boston Celtics or watching a documentary about Dallas Cowboys. I'm not doing it. I'm staying away from it. I'm not trying to do it. We are live inside the Let It Fly Sports Bar in the Capital District. As I mentioned, we have football, also great specials. Whether it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
We got a special?
Specials going on.
That's crazy.
All week long. Plus, we got happy hour and reverse happy hour.
Reverse.
Now, you're up for reverse happy hour. I'm sleeping.
You're right.
11 o'clock rolls around. I'm out.
I just kind of feel like in the daytime, man, I'll be so locked in doing all these other things.
Yeah.
I need some digression time.
Yeah, see, I get up really early in the morning. That's my time. And then at night, I'm sleeping.
No doubt.
We are going to chat with, and of course, this is our sponsor. Don't forget, always, Bud Light, making things easy for you, no matter what you're doing, no matter where you're drinking. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy, Bud Light. We appreciate them being our presenting sponsor. Reminder again, watch us on YouTube. Check us out on Spotify. We're back on Apple now. Everything's up. You can listen or you can watch the show anytime you want. Our guest this week
Tell me about him.
Is going to be former black shirt, NFL linebacker, Jay Foreman will join us. We're going to talk about what happened in game one, look ahead to the season, talk about what Jay getting all of that. And Jay's close to the team because he gets to go down and practice and help out and try to motivate those guys. So we'll chat with him coming up. But first, headlines.
Talk about them.
Headline number one, Nebraska's 1-0.
Hey.
They're 1-0. Beat Cincinnati 20-17 in Kansas City. It was an incredible atmosphere. It was 74,000 Nebraska fans partying, having a good time. Tailgating. They opened up the lot at 3:30.
Right.
The game didn't start till like 8:10.
Right.
People were outside, so far outside, they were backed up onto the interstate.
I heard people was tailgating on the interstate.
They had to because they couldn't get in. And so they said, let's open the gates. We got to get people off the interstate. And they did. And so, good job, Nebraska fans, taking over Kansas City. Good job doing that. Now they play Akron. 6:30 on Saturday. Nebraska is a almost 5-touchdown favorite.
For sure.
34 points. Against a team.
This is where you stat pack.
That did not score in week one.
I ain't trying to laugh.
You know the nickname for Akron?
What's that?
Give me.
I was about to say the Zips. But...
There you go. Perfect. They had Zip and then the Zips. The Akron Zips had Zip against Wyoming and didn't play very well. Nebraska to take care of business in this. No doubt about that.
Damn.
Now, Nebraska only had one play that was over 20 yards. They didn't have a lot of explosive plays. They have to get explosive plays against Akron.
Man, that shit's boring.
You know what? It's a win, bro. It's a win. It's like remember like that time in the 90s where like the Knicks were scoring like 80 points?
89, 92.
Like 72,
a win 68. Is a win.
It's a win, bro.
I feel you.
It's a win. You got to take that. We'll have the keys to the game and our predictions after we talk to Jay Foreman. Headline number 2, Husker Volleyball. 4-0.
I know.
Dominating.
Right.
And then, just to have fun, against Kentucky on Sunday, they let Kentucky go up 2 sets. And they reverse sweeped them and came back and won 3
You
in a
know
row.
what's crazy to me about the Huskers?
Yeah.
Usually when you got a Tom Osborne, a Coach K, a Roy Williams, program tanks.
One, you don't want to be the man following the man.
Right.
This is the woman following the man, though. She all right.
And that's what I'm about to say. Like, it's that type of energy. There's no drop off.
Yeah, no,
and I'm happy to be watching it and be a part of it.
The next 2 games this weekend are against Wright State and Cal.
Oh, that's a win-win.
They won't play another ranked team until probably Utah.
Right.
Or maybe Creighton. Because Creighton, even though they started a really tough schedule, sitting at 1 and 2, they're still 13th in the top 25. So, so that's our second headline. Our third headline, as I mentioned, NFL starts tonight. We're taping. Eagles, Cowboys, big rivalry.
Yep. Who you got?
So, okay, I think the Eagles win it, but I think the Cowboys keep it close and cover the 8.5.
Right. What would it do? What would it do for America after I watched what I watched? I knew what I knew.
Yeah.
I got 2 questions before we wrap this segment up.
Right.
What would it do for America if the Cowboys start winning again?
It's good for football.
Right.
I don't know if it's good for America.
Gotcha. All right.
Because half the people hate the Cowboys.
Facts.
So it's kind of like what we have now in politics.
Yes.
It's good for half the country.
Right.
I don't know about the other half.
All right. My other question. Yeah. And I've heard him say out of his own mouth he don't deserve it. But don't you kind of think that the guy that helped win in '95 was Coach Prime, and he needs to be in the Ring of Honor?
He was only there. What?
Do they win without him?
2 years? I don't know.
In
maybe.
'95.
Well, it depends. Is he on the? If he's now on the Niners, so the Niners won because he was on the Niners.
Right.
He left and went to the Cowboys. If he left and went someplace else, the Cowboys may have beaten the Niners without him.
Wow.
So I think of it that way.
Okay.
Because the big difference was having him there at the Niners. He was going to leave the Niners anyway.
Yeah, they wasn't paying him
Say
enough.
He goes, I don't know, to the Ravens, where he ends up going later.
Right.
Maybe it's different. But Ring of Honor for only playing a couple years, that's tough, man. That's tough.
Right.
A couple years.
But if there's anybody in the conversation, it's him, right?
Well, yeah, he's one of the greatest of all time.
I know, which is crazy.
It's not even close.
Right.
The other thing, Friday night,
going
back to Brazil. This is Brazil. I know we've been watching Fast and Furious movies. So Brazil, I'm serious, but we watch all 7 of them.
No doubt.
We got 3 more to go.
No doubt. How many is it?
10.
Damn.
They got 1 more coming out next year.
Really?
They have 11, yeah.
Okay.
It's crazy. Kansas City versus the Los Angeles Chargers.
Word.
That's Friday night.
That's gonna be cool.
It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, for
It'll be packed here inside the sports bar, or if you're out in Elkhorn or Gretna, wherever they are, or out in La Vista now. With the brand new Let It Fly #3, which is in La Vista in City Center. Give me your Super Bowl pick.
Ooh, kill him.
Super Bowl, give me 2 teams.
I'm about to say, can you give me like
2 teams.
one more? I got the Bills.
Give me 2. The Bills. I got the Bills too.
And my other one would probably
and our guest was on the Bills. So.
Word.
Yeah, I got the Bills and who?
My second one would probably be dang. I'm kind of torn, man.
I give you the leading candidates.
I know. Go ahead.
Okay, Detroit.
Yep.
Green Bay.
Yep.
Eagles.
Yep.
The Niners.
Right.
The Rams.
Right.
That's kind of your.
I know. So that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna make a definitive pick after I talk about 2 teams. The reason why you said the Packers?
Packers are number 2.
Exactly, because they got Saquon, not Saquon, but Michael Parsons.
Yep.
I think his addition to that team puts them in a different stratosphere.
Okay.
And I think Jerry Jones did that for clout because of the documentary I watched.
Okay.
Also, my unbiased pick, I think that Jalen Hurts goes back.
I have Buffalo and Philadelphia as well.
I think Jalen Hurts
and I think
goes
Buffalo
back.
finally wins their first Super Bowl.
There you go.
That's what I have.
That's
We will take a break. When we come back, we will talk to a former Buffalo Bill linebacker and black shirt. Jay Foreman joins us next on Let It Fly. All right, welcome back to Let It Fly Show. We are joined by former Husker black shirt, NFL linebacker, and now liaison, former player liaison down there with the Huskers as well, Jay Foreman, and radio personality. Don't forget about that. And radio personality as well.
Yeah.
How
It's
you
your
doing,
fault.
man?
It's your fault, though.
Hey, listen, I always told you from the first time I talked to you, I thought you were one of those guys that, just fit because you're honest. You can break it down.
Yeah.
And one of the hardest things to do for former players that I've noticed is explain football to the majority of people who don't necessarily know football.
Or
And it's good to be able to do that. You have that skill.
I will tell you, though, man, I'm always appreciative that I think you were at another place. I don't know if you guys worry about where you mentioned it.
No, it's fine.
And every time I've called you or texted you, it's hard to find people that will like lend you a helping hand when
No
you're trying
doubt.
to get in where you fit in.
No
And so
doubt.
I'm always appreciative. And so anytime that you guys need me and I can do it, I'm definitely going to do it.
Well, I appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Did
But
you?
real
Sorry,
quick, before
you
we
got
get to
it, you got
everything,
it,
I like to hear from you guys about how your kids are doing, that kind of thing, because that's a whole other part of life that we don't talk about enough.
For sure.
Tell me about that,
Yeah,
what they're
respect,
doing now, and where
respect.
everybody is.
Yeah, I mean, they figuring it out. Got them a couple in college. Just
At Nebraska?
Yeah, at Nebraska working and paying rent. You know how that is.
Yeah.
And so that's it, man. I mean, I think that's the, when you have your idea of being a parent,
Sure.
is one way, and then another is constant. I was talking to one of my best friends, Sean Bryson, and so we played together in Buffalo. And so when you get in the league, your agent's like, don't get close with anybody. But me and Sean was drafted in the 3rd round, and we just connected. We just been best friends ever since.
Yeah.
Man, we be talking. We was like, it's a battle. All the stuff that we learn from football, we use more
Yeah.
in dealing with. I always call them the tax exemptions. they gone now, but now they just give you all the gray hair. So it's good, man. I can't complain.
That's awesome.
Dad and parents in good health, and so everybody's happy. It's football season right now.
No doubt about it.
For sure. No, what I was going to say was, when you were a kid, making it to the league, and now where you're at today, looking back, did you see your not just sports career but life being where it's at right now?
Man, to be honest with you, I came to Nebraska, man, and
How much you weigh when you got here?
I got here. I was a hooper, man.
Word.
Oh
Yeah.
I was a hooper,
Word.
man. I mean, that was it.
Yeah.
Until my dad had to break it down to me. Now
You're not getting no taller,
What
Jay.
you play, the 3-4?
I was a 2. I
no
would say
doubt.
I was a fluorescent light.
No
I
doubt.
was a
No
scorer.
doubt.
I was a scorer,
Yeah,
defensive guy,
Yeah.
and to be honest with you, I played with some really good players.
Word.
And on my AAU, and this is when
What era was this?
it was like Colin Alamine, Sam
Okay.
Jacobson.
Wow.
John
Nicholas Harry had
Thomas,
good-
Bebop
Yeah.
Walker.
I know. Yeah.
So I was like, I was like 8th, 9th guy.
No
so
doubt.
The first year I tried out for true AAU,
Yeah.
there was 2 teams.
Okay.
In Minnesota. I got cut from
Dang.
from the top team.
Word.
Like Michael Jordan.
Yeah, got cut. My dad and my dad, he gave me the business. He gave me the
Did he
business.
really?
He's like, I've been telling you. You need to work on your left hand. I was in Eden Prairie. I'm just
Yeah.
dicing cats
Yep,
up,
no
doing
doubt.
getting a little love.
Eden Prairie. Yeah.
I told you this and this.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you what. From that day forward, even during football season,
Word.
I thought about that,
Dang.
and I made it the next year.
Yeah.
And I was the 8th, 9th guy.
Yeah.
We were down in nationals, played against Kenny Cheatham.
Okay, yeah.
Them.
Yeah.
We beat them.
Dang.
Yeah.
And we played against, remember Marcus Nash at Tennessee?
Oh, yeah.
And Jonathan Brown, their 2
Dang.
defensive
Yep,
ends.
yep,
So we
yep.
played against them in the quarters, and we played New
physical
York City,
basketball team.
Riverside.
Okay.
And my job was I would play D,
For sure.
hit a couple threes, drive, and I always tried to dunk on somebody.
Yeah.
that
doubt.
was my
Yeah,
deal, right?
Yeah.
So Colin and all of them, and we had a really good guard. He unfortunately passed away. His name was Hakeem Walker.
Word.
They all got in foul trouble.
Yeah.
So we're playing them, and I came off the bench, and I got busy.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I got Cincinnati letters.
Yeah.
I love Temple. One of my favorite players was Mark Macon.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
sure. Why
So
not?
I used to wear
Money making.
I used to wear
Yeah.
the high
Yeah.
the high tops.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
his,
That's
the
crazy.
Adidas high tops. I wore
Yeah.
those.
Yep.
So I started to get recruited there, and actually UNO sent me. I got a letter from them and got an offer from Wichita State, and
Yeah.
then I remember talking to my dad about it, and it was just purely financial. I had more basketball offers by my sophomore year than football.
Dang.
Right? Because nobody's coming to Minnesota to look for football players. It's hockey, and that's it.
Facts.
And then he's like, "Look, man, you know how many kids your age, average 18 points, 6'2",
Dang.
6'2.5".
He broke it down.
And I was like, "No, I'm
Yeah.
the only one."
No,
He was like, "You ain't."
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And see,
yeah.
I grew up with Terrence Morris and Frederick.
Yeah.
And he played at Maryland and stuff.
yeah,
and he's 6'10".
Yeah, right.
And we used to call him Tea Time. And so he's like,
Dang.
"You ain't Tea Time," And he's like, "You're a good player." And he's like, "You could go and do it." But I went down to Cincinnati once, man, and it was like, I think they had like Nick Van Exel, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, it's a different level,
Hefty
man.
lefty.
And then I was like, he's like, "You think you can?" I was like, "Yeah." And so my uncle lived in Gaithersburg. He picked me up at Reagan. I'll never forget
Maryland,
this.
yeah.
And this is when Alonzo Mourning, David Wingate, that
Sure.
was my school, Hoya Paranoia, right?
Yep.
and they were playing summer league.
Okay.
And so we snuck in. They used to play in this kind of like church on campus or whatever, and it was hot.
Yeah.
And I was looking up there at my uncle, and I was just, the whole time I was like, yeah, that looked different.
Yeah,
right?
It does. Yeah.
And then,
Wow.
And
So
then
that's the first time you've seen something look different with basketball.
Like significantly different.
No doubt.
And I was watching those guys and cheering for them and the intensity. Now I think I would have, eventually been able to just be a decent player.
The level.
But you got to think. Sam Jacobson was a first-round pick. John Thomas, I think, might have been a lottery pick.
Dang.
Robert Mestis, that played at Valparaiso, excuse me, who is, or not Robert, Jared Nunes, Robert Mestis was on the team. All them dudes. Robert Mestis played at Miami, Ohio. All those guys were real legit hoopers.
Yeah.
Right. I was a basketball player, football player, and all that.
Yeah, athlete.
And then it came down to really what I was really worried about is like if I went to Cincinnati or somewhere and I got hurt, back then they would send you home.
Oh, yeah.
No scholarship, nothing. Like now they take care of you, right?
That's crazy.
And then I knew, look, at that time you get 20, 25 scholarships. So I was like, they ain't going to get rid of me. And then, we played Lane Kiffin and them. Coach Osborne and them, and Coach Saban and all those guys, were recruiting Lane Kiffin.
Yep.
And another guy named Dave Watson, who ended up being Minnesota's Player of the Year. They were up seeing those guys, and we played them on their homecoming. And then, I did my thing, and next thing you know, the rest is history.
Yeah.
Some of the best players.
Hey, son, you ever thought about football?
Well, they started.
His dad should be a Hall of Famer football player.
Right, yeah. So that's when they started calling me after that, because I knocked a couple guys out, had 180 yards, couple TDs, and then next thing you know, then that's when it really started to pick up.
Right.
And the funny thing about it is, you remember Kevin Sumlin, right?
Sure. Yeah.
See, my dad told me all this after I got done retiring or playing. So the Gophers didn't recruit me.
What?
Yeah, because that was when Jim Wacker came. He wanted all Texas guys. And
I mean, you were the in-state top talent, and you didn't get recruited.
And the worst thing I ever did, because they talk about camping. After nationals, I wanted to go because I knew I was the best player. I felt like I was the best player in the state. Because I've been, like doing my thing. My dad was very honest with me, and I knew I was like, I want to go show him. Right. I got off the plane, no football shoes or nothing. And I ran a 40, not fast. I ran like a 4.65 or something like that, just straight off a 2 or 3 hour flight.
That's freak athlete.
Right. But they was like, oh, see, he ain't fast. Right. So I didn't even know. I was just out there just because my dad was like, man, you ain't never going to get caught. So the 40 don't mean anything.
Yeah, no doubt. Because if they're interested, they're going to work with you.
And when he was getting recruited, it was all about the film.
No doubt.
They didn't do all this stuff.
No doubt.
But that was big in Texas. I wasn't prepared for it.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I didn't run track. I'm playing basketball all summer. So they kind of were hesitant. And then, like my dad, there's a place down that we J.D. Hoyt's is like a steak place and stuff.
Gotcha.
So I guess like he once Nebraska came and, Nick Saban came and Northwestern and, like USC and all them, Arizona State. He saw Kevin Sumlin. I guess he gave him the business.
Man.
Because he was like, you asking my dad like if I want to walk on. My dad was like,
walk on,
bro, you crazy?
Yeah.
And Saban was at Michigan State.
Yeah.
And Sumlin was
That's crazy, bro.
Minnesota.
But he was a coordinator?
He was a wide receiver coach, and he probably recruited local.
Okay.
Yeah.
And, Saban signed. I wanted to go to Michigan State. I liked it, And my dad was like, East Lansing, this ain't for you. And he's like, I think this dude's going to be gone, go somewhere
he
big
nailed
things.
that,
My high school teammate ended up going there.
Yeah,
he had a great time. He was roommates with Plaxico Burress and all them. And so,
oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I was fortunate enough to, take advantage of it. But by no means when I came to college was I thinking about going to the pros. I was thinking like, my goal because I never lifted weights or anything. I was like I said, I was a basketball player.
What were you weighing when you got here?
185?
If that.
For sure.
And you left your weighing
about 240.
240.
Right?
Oh, man. They put you in
Nebraska strong.
Yeah.
But see, like I wasn't like one meal.
Yeah.
It was breakfast and that was it. After that, I was hooping.
Yeah.
And so I felt like, then I got the big head. I came down there. I was like, man, I'm Jay Foreman. You know what I'm saying? They ain't seen nothing like this.
Yeah.
I seen the varsity come in. I was like, yo.
Yeah, right.
I'm way behind.
No doubt.
So that first year, man, getting like 3 or 4 square meals a day, lifting actually, being held accountable, man, I sprouted up to like 196
in the first 6, 7, 8 months.
And that's going through practices.
Yep.
And then after that, then my whole goal was when I got here was to obviously keep my nose clean. That was my dad's biggest rule: keep your nose clean and get a good degree. So that was it. And I was like, I hope I, be able to be good enough to start by my senior year.
For sure.
And then I ended up starting all 4.
Dang.
Jay Foreman joining us on Let It Fly show. I had 2 posters in my room of football players as a kid. Right?
Who was that?
One was O.J. Simpson. The other one was Chuck Foreman.
Dang.
His dad. So the first time I met him,
That's crazy.
I was a little stunned.
No doubt. Like, damn, it's your son.
This Chuck Foreman's kid, man. I was
That's
like,
what's up.
I was like,
That's tight. That's tight. That's tight, dog.
Before Reggie Bush was
sure.
Reggie Bush,
Yeah.
Chuck Foreman did the same thing. The spin moves, the breaking tackles, catching the ball in the backfield, all that stuff.
Damn.
You kids don't know.
No. I'm taking it in. I'm taking it in.
So I dealt with it.
That's cool.
First of all, to go give him dap, I messed it all up. But anyway, 'cause I was a little nervous. Let's get into what's happening down there in Lincoln now.
Right.
Because I think a lot of people, and I'll admit I was one of them, when Scott got there in 18, I thought, okay, they'll get this stuff straightened. I like the idea of Nebraska fast. I believed in all of that. Never obviously got done for whatever reason. But where are they now, 3 years past what all that happened?
They're light years, past it. And I'll say this, and I'm not a Scott Frost apologist by no means.
That's big time.
No, I know. Yeah.
There's things that I think would hurt any coach at that tenure to curtail them from being successful. And that one is obviously the stoppage of COVID, because you don't have any winning. You blow up the roster, and then you're trying to rebuild the winning culture, and guys were severely out of shape and not bought in, so that hurt him. Now I think the biggest thing was Scott, of our teammates, we were hopeful that everybody can get more mature. Everybody's different than from college, wife and kids and all that stuff. It just didn't work out, but I think where they're at right now is light years ahead. Number one, it's I think the last 6 games or whatever with Mickey helped, because he brought kind of like the more like along the lines of Matt Rhule.
Tackling in practice.
Yeah,
again
like kind of like Matt
Yeah.
Rhule, and guys were really infused by his energy. And I think just what they've done down there is the structure's good. I think they do a really good job of pushing guys, challenging guys, but then also being there to support them, and then just keeping it real with them. And that's all I know and seen, and I think
That's all you want as a player, right?
Right.
Be honest with me. Tell me where I am.
fair, be hard on me and be
Meritocracy,
fair,
yeah.
and as long as it's not personal.
Yeah.
I can be mad at you at how you play, but I still love you.
Right.
And that's also
Charlie
big,
McBride kind of stuff.
right. And so, they're trying to build it through the lines, and they, were close the first year, got over the hump last year. And, with everything that you need to be successful, there's like as far as schedule and timing of playing, and then having some, I think they got settled in on the quarterback, obviously, which is the biggest part. And then they got some good players. I think they've also, the one thing I really think they've done a good job, and I can't speak for them, is that what I think you always have to do is you have to really identify and then be able to change the type of players you try to go get in the portal mainly, because you got Jamal Banks, I think did a really good job last year. Then you got to upgrade with Dane Key, kind of the same type of player, but just a little bit better. You got Meyer last year, did good at times. You go get a little bit better with Hunter.
Right.
Then you do well with Barney. Then you bring in Coach Dana, and then that changes, and then you get Emmett Johnson, and then now you like, okay, now I can see how things go together. And then I think tying those guys did a good job last year, and they're going to hopefully start gelling on defense, and then then they just got to play big in the biggest moments.
Yep.
So what is it going to take for Nebraska to be out of a mediocrity? When I say that, I mean it's been so many years of just not really winning.
Yeah.
Coach Rhule is doing a good job of getting the wheels turning, but is that enough? When is it going to be when the black shirts? I'm not trying to say national championship or bust. I'm just saying when is Nebraska going to we already have a culture where we're reminisced as one of the top power teams in the country. When is that energy going to come back?
Well, I think you got to start stacking some good seasons back to back, and start being in the bowl game, and then obviously take advantage and live up to your own expectations and standard this year, and you keep doing it every year. It's consistency, and that's where you consistently in the mix, consistently in the conversation, and you're having what I think the biggest thing that you want to do, and this is what I learned from basketball, but you learned this is the same with football. You want to pass the walk-by test. So anytime that people turn on the TV, but in basketball you're walking past the court,
right?
You don't care who's out there. You just know exactly how they're going to play.
Yep.
So because that will win you consistently.
And then I feel you.
The run that we went on was about 30 years.
Yes.
Give or take. Say like from 70 to 2003. And even Bo, too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you took a little bit of pause, and then Bo did his thing,
too. He won 10 games. He won 9 games, won the championship.
Word.
But just say, let's go to 2003.
Yep.
That's no longer going to happen, a 30-year run.
Facts.
Right? And it won't happen in the NFL either. So now you got to try to put together like pods, right? 6-year run. Okay, then you
the reset.
And the reset is, I would say, last year you want that to be the ceiling of the floor, 7 wins.
Respect.
That's like, dang.
Yep.
The
we
world
had a
is
bad
falling.
season because
it sounds like we talking to Coach McBride right
and
now.
And then you do that.
Yeah.
You consistently, and then you just got to get guys that really. The hardest thing right now, I think, is to find guys that love it.
Facts.
And want to compete.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what Coach talked about yesterday. Now that we're taping this in practice, he talked about how when they go into practice and bench and shavers brings energy, loves it.
Yeah.
Barney, who was kind of limping around on that ankle, loves it.
Yeah.
Got to find those guys.
Yeah, you get those, and they multiply, and you want them to double multiply, and then they start holding each other accountable, and then the coaches, then you just put all the onus on the coaches. They got to come up with plays.
Yeah.
And you do that, and then that's where it becomes,
Right.
and then you got to get a little bit of luck. I mean, people don't realize. I was just talking to, I don't know, one of the players. I said, look, man, point up in 95. I said, listen, Washington State gave us a run. 97, we had the Missouri. And I always tell people it was third down, but, there's other factors with it.
Sure.
Like, you don't win championships. If you think you're just going to just go from game one to now it's 15, 16 games and just blow people out.
Yeah.
That's only on PS5.
Word.
You're going to get challenged.
Yeah.
And then you got to really look at Ohio State.
Yeah.
Right.
It lost to Michigan. And everybody thought the season was over.
Yeah.
Oh, Stephen A. Smith was going in.
They thought they got
He said fire him. Yeah.
3 games later,
I
and
was
that's
like,
championship.
yeah.
And just imagine how that is for 2 weeks, and then whether you get in or all the guys going to opt into the pros, and then to reset that, that's that leadership that you need. Yep. And then once they got going,
right,
then they got out of their own way, and actually probably Michigan did them a favor.
Word.
Yeah, yep.
Took the pressure off.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, so now they just are playing with nothing to lose.
Yeah,
Sometimes
Tracy, not Tracy McGrady, my bad. Paul George, just a basketball reference. He was talking about how they did a poll of NBA players who actually love the NBA. Well, over like a big percentage of them didn't. They just were. It's a job to pay a lot of money, and they athletes.
That's the same thing in the NFL. Is these guys are coming in, and this is not me like hating on them. I mean, it's
no doubt.
My first year, I think I made like $55,000.
Yeah, but times has changed though.
Sure,
I didn't even get NIL.
But it's probably 10 times. They're coming in rookies making $300,000-400,000.
Oh damn!
And their biggest thing is they just don't. They want to get paid that and don't work.
Right.
And don't do the off-season work.
Yeah.
Don't hit in training camp. Be able to kind of like smoke weed and all that stuff. And they're willing to risk that.
Yeah.
Before the last CBA. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we talked about. So the idea of loving it, and it's not the only thing, but you come to Nebraska to play football.
It's your life.
Right?
It's your life.
This is what when I was a kid, this is what I dreamed about.
Facts,
when I used to watch Nebraska against Miami or whatever, or Miami against whoever, I used to dream being there. Now you get here, you're like, oh, I'm a chill. But then you, on the flip side, this is all kids. Now they're like, I want to go to the pros. The thing what people don't understand is if you want to go to college and play any sport at any level, you have to act like that at that moment. Mm-hmm. You got to start training and preparing.
Oh, like a pro.
Yeah.
Like if I want to go pro, I need to train like a pro.
Right. That's got to be your mindset.
All right. Yeah.
It's 176 hours.
Yeah.
Right. That's a week. You got to go to class. You got to do film. You got to work out. You got to eat. You got to sleep.
Yep.
But everything around that is around football.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like every little thing you do about football. You got to love that. Jay Foreman joining us here on Let It Fly show. I want to talk a little bit about the defensive line because, look, they're athletic. A lot of guys are young. They're not big.
Yeah.
Can you, in this system, from what you've seen, can you be successful in Big Ten play against some really big offensive lines with who they have down in the trenches.
Yeah, I think what happens, and I've been not a victim. I've done this. Is just natural. I even did it in the pros. So this is not. I think the best thing you could do, at least I always try to do as a former player, is not try to act like I never got ran over or anything. Or made
I mean, I got dunked on.
Right.
Yeah.
What happens in the first game when you haven't played, and a lot of these guys haven't played. That means you're the first guy on the scouting report, and there is a difference.
Right. Yeah. Being
Coming
the man.
in there and doing
Being
a
the
little
man.
something versus the guy that they, scouting on is different. I call it peekaboo. So that when you do the right thing, you might be in the right gap, or you take on the lineman or whatever the right way, and then you kind of like pause for like a second, and you kind of look
Thinking.
peekaboo. You kind of look up right there, and the next thing you know, they kind of get on you.
Yeah.
You're going to see, in my opinion, you'll see a big jump in just the leverage, what
Gotcha.
I call leverage, or pad level, what they call now. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
It's all pad level.
Right.
And that just comes from experience.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's a ton of teaching tape from
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
they definitely have their attention. So they can do it. Now they just got to – I think the biggest thing is got to be consistent improvement, because they're trying to gel. And then once they identify the roles and they start to identify those roles,
Right.
then they should all play better as a unit.
So
Dang.
it was technique, not just being out physical.
No, I don't. See, I learned that too. And that's what I'm telling you. There's been times, especially in the NFL, where you give up a lot of running yards and you kind of look like, I remember we played Corey Dillon. And and they would get these, they would be there. We, say you hit him at 3, and then, kind of the leaky
carried
yards,
it.
right?
Yeah.
The leaky
Yeah.
yards. And you're
Yep.
like, man, how did he get through there and all that? And that's exactly what it was.
Dang.
It was like, dang, we look soft, but really it's not. It's like
your technique.
We just gotta you just gotta play it a little bit. You just gotta just believe it.
Gotcha.
So I mean, it's sure, you'd like to have Ty and Nash back there, but then or there, excuse me, and then Jamar and all those. They played a lot of snaps together.
They did.
The continuity of playing next to somebody, this in basketball. It's you can't put a star. It's just you just know.
Yeah.
Those guys could do things, and so that's it. And they just got to play with a little bit better leverage and just go out there and play and don't overthink it.
What about to play Akron? Like, I get that Akron didn't score, and I get that this is a pick me, win me game.
Yeah.
Does this team have that mentality that your teams had when you played in college, where like y'all trying to step on them too?
Yeah. They're going to have to. I guess the silver lining from last week is you have a ton of teaching tape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have to do this.
Gotcha.
And then we have to we call it, you got to validate it as well.
Gotcha.
We can't just do it at 6:30 because of the light show and everything in Akron.
Right.
Houston Christian's got to get it. Everybody's got to get it. You got to be like the can man. Everybody's got to get it, but you got to go out there and play to dominate. And it can't be like where you're out there like, sometimes you see in the basketball, that you look over there and like, these dudes, you guys are out there, you're going between the legs, behind the back, fade away through. You want to get the points the right way, because the process or the standard and the discipline. This is a maturity year.
Yeah, for sure.
And so it's a maturity game.
Yeah.
You're, I think, a little bit like me. I see a kid come out of Louisiana. I cheer a little harder for them. Emmett's out of Minnesota.
Right.
I'm sure you like him. And he's a tough kid, but is there anybody behind him?
Yeah, I mean, people, hey, man, I remember being down in Stillwater, Mike.
Yeah.
Scared as all. Brother was over in the corner. It's like, can I do this? Like, you get there, and I was playing, but I was kind of like in slow motion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you'll see what I'm saying is for those guys like Mosey and Mackay, and then Ives will be back. They should be able to establish themselves. The great thing about they cannot say they don't have an opportunity.
Wow.
Because it's true.
Yeah.
Right? You got a true opportunity to earn your way.
Yep.
And I wouldn't judge them too much on the first, because I think they have all the tools that you need. They have all the opportunity. They all kind of fit in the scheme. So it's not like, say if I was playing running back at 240-some pounds, exactly I'm inside, outside run, goal line. Yeah. So then if a game gets like out of hand, then I'm not playing.
You ain't playing.
Every one of these guys can go in there and play a role, whether it's situational or to give Emmett a breather.
Yeah.
I think they all can earn it.
I'm not trying to do you like this because you're more so on the inside, but what are some of the more – what's the over-under on the games you think the Huskers can win this year?
Well, I think 8 is legit. I could see him getting up to at least 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard for me. I never stepped up. Even when I was playing with Houston, I never pulled up on a Sunday thinking we're going to lose.
Right?
Facts.
Right.
Yeah.
There's always a win. But for sure, eight is more than attainable. Now they got to go out there and earn it.
Yeah.
I think the Big Ten didn't do Nebraska any favors as far as like the scheduling when we first got in.
Oh yeah, that first year, 2011 was ridiculous.
Right, and then it was just, we'll give you a 2-year break, then we're just going to break you off.
Give you Ohio State every year.
Yeah. But so I think they got the right timing and stuff. The thing is like everybody thinks the schedule's easy. It's not, but it's formidable, but it's attainable.
Yeah.
So the goals are there. The timing of playing, and that does play a big role in it, especially with a team that's trying to win and win at the right time.
Yeah.
One of the big things that happened in the game, and Jay Foreman joining us here on the Let It Fly show, was the rotation of left tackles. I don't think I've ever seen in a competitive game a rotation of 3 guys at left tackle. They tried it. They're going to go with Gunnar Gatula again this week. But did you see somebody kind of step out and do play better than the other 2?
I didn't really pay attention, but I'm assuming there's got to be Gunnar since he's starting.
He's starting again, right?
The one thing about Gunnar, I'll say this, is that he's a former basketball, or he played basketball in high school.
Yeah, he did. Yep.
Which I always kind of looked as like a measuring stick because of Zach Wiegert.
Sure.
Don't tell Zach he can't hoop, but
Yeah.
but he could. So the feet, right?
Yeah.
Like Tony Baselli was a really good, basketball player.
Yep.
And so when he got thrown in, I think it was Illinois game.
It was like week 5.
Yeah, it was Illinois because it was after Colorado. So it was
week 4 or 5.
Yeah. And then he didn't look out of place.
No, he didn't.
And then so he's made some improvements. So I think they feel like that he can do the job. But the great thing about this team and the hard thing about the team, which is kind of it's you're going to see what happens is there's not one guy on this roster or really on the roster, but more importantly, like the core, let's say 50,
the core 50,
56
guys.
I feel you. That don't have something to prove.
Dang.
Yeah, exactly.
So everybody's going through it together. And that could be really, really special because you play with guys. I made it. No.
No, I know.
Everybody's got something to prove.
Yeah, even Raiola's got stuff to prove.
Right.
He gets a lot of criticism across the country. We were talking about this, whether it's the Mahomes thing or maybe not drilling the ball in there enough or not throwing the ball deep. He's constantly battling that stuff. So he's got it too. He can chip on his shoulder.
For sure.
So, I mean, that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Tell me this, because you watch a lot of these games and you watch what Ohio State did last year. You watch what Michigan did the year before that.
Yeah.
Would you say that the Big Ten now is the best conference?
They're running things right now.
Would you say it?
Yeah, they're running
things. I mean, SEC talks a lot of mess, but
listen.
That's back-to-back championships.
Look, Nicholas Saban doing what we're doing right now has just took that's their kryptonite.
Yeah.
Because the run that's 7 national championships, 17 years or whatever it is.
Yep.
But then also he gave even teams like Vanderbilt credibility, where Vanderbilt thought they would be middle of the road Big Ten.
Right.
And then also Nick Saban was able to push some buttons and get some favorable, bowl games or whatever.
Sure.
And it upped the ante of everybody else around him.
Yeah.
Once he left.
Yeah.
And Alabama's a blue blood.
Yeah, it's like pulling up a rock and seeing all the stuff under
right.
it now.
And he was able to exterminate all that.
Right.
And he was able to develop the best young coaches into head coaches, and all. It's the perfect storm for the SEC to not be on top. And don't sleep on the Big 12 though.
No doubt.
But they have talent. Utah is a good ball club.
Listen,
people are not talking about Utah. Utah could get into the college ball playoff, and they can win some games.
Listen, let's look at their year last year, and look what they did in the bowl game.
Mm-hmm.
And knowing a lot of coaches in the Big 12, they understand that there's difference in potentially the size of linemen, but they don't think it's that big.
It's not.
And they feel like they can outcoach. And then also I think the SEC has always been very, very top heavy.
Facts. Oh,
right?
Facts. Yeah.
Right. LSU, Alabama, Georgia, Florida had that run, obviously.
Right. And then you'll get an Ole Miss there and all that, Texas A&M, but
nobody worried about no A&M.
But they're the power brokers, right? They're the power brokers.
Yeah. It's Texas now that the people are looking and going, well, Texas, or Oklahoma.
Texas was a Big 12
There was a
team
Big
just
12
the year
team.
before.
No, exactly.
Right. So
no,
I mean,
your point.
So
yeah.
So I mean, I think Big Ten is right now in it, and I think it'll go ebb and flows.
Yep.
And then you need some special players, some special coaches. You know, I'm not a big fan of Urban Meyer at all
As a coach.
as a coach.
Okay.
Or
I
I
kind of
think
like.
he's a good coach.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean,
So do you
he-
like
he
Urban
just suspect.
Meyer? You don't like Urban Meyer on TV?
Oh, I love him on TV.
Okay, I think he's great on TV.
You like him where he
he's
at?
phenomenal on
Yeah,
TV.
you talking about
He-
football.
As a
had some
coach,
stuff.
as
Yeah.
a coach, I think he's a good coach. Some of the stuff. I know people that was at
Oh, sure, I bet.
in Jacksonville with him. But the one thing I would tell you that he did, and whether people want to give him credit or not, when he came to the Big Ten, he's part of the reason why the Big Ten is
Immediately.
doing it right now.
Yeah.
Because he upped the ante.
And
Right.
running talent.
Right,
Yep.
up the talent.
Yeah.
Up, and that's everybody.
Yeah.
And so you
Yeah.
got to give him credit for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you on that too.
Yeah, I remember I was at a point in time where I was like, Nebraska low-key should go call this guy just to ruffle some feathers and get other guys like interested in coming to
Oh,
Nebraska.
yeah. Well, you know how it is. Every time Nebraska had a coaching opening, they always saw him at High V. Remember on the online? Remember it was Jim Tressel, Urban Meyer. Remember what's his name that was at Orgeron. Somehow was in.
He was actually at practice, like just visiting.
Visiting,
and
yeah, because he was on a private jet. He's the next coach. Remember he was going to coach D-line.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, the rumor mill's always out there like that.
Yeah, dude, old Houston Nutt. Remember Houston Nutt came in.
He didn't get on the plane, man.
Man.
He didn't get on the plane.
Yeah, gotta be-
Houston. They wanted Houston Nutt, and Houston Nutt said no.
Got a paycheck though.
I'm gonna stay in Arkansas.
He
And
got
now
paid.
Houston Nutt doing TV, I think on CBS
Yeah.
Sports or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way it goes sometimes. Jay, as always, man, I appreciate it. It's always great talking to you. Tell your dad, he don't know me, but tell him I said hi.
Yeah, I got to get him down to a game right now. The problem with it is that Miami's doing so good, so
Yeah.
Miami's back.
What?
Good. But hold on. The conversations after beating Notre Dame.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that. Listen, man, there's nothing better than seeing Notre Dame get beat, bro.
Oh.
There's nothing better. For
We
somebody
hate
in my
Notre Dame.
era, I hate Notre Dame.
Yeah, we hate Notre Dame, man.
I grew up Catholic, and I hate Notre Dame.
I just like Xavier Watts.
Xavier going now,
that's
so
my
we ain't got no. They got some Rezacks are there. I want to see the Rezacks do well.
Yeah,
and
we want them to
everything,
do well.
yeah,
We still want you to lose
we don't
every
see
game.
them
There you
win.
go.
Right,
Yeah, do well but lose.
Exactly. Jay Moore, of course, former black shirt, NFL linebacker, and now liaison and, of course, radio personality. We appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate having me.
Thank you.
All right, we appreciate Jay Foreman coming on with us and
that was
giving
cool.
us some knowledge. That
Yeah.
was really good. Chatting with him about the way Nebraska's going. Let's do keys of the game.
Yep.
I got the keys.
All right.
I don't have any keys, but I got the keys.
I know what you mean.
Key number one, we mentioned this to Jay before he left.
Yeah.
Finishing drives.
Yes, sir.
TDs, not field goals, not punting once you cross the 40, not 4 and outs, none of that. Touchdowns.
Yep.
You need to score touchdowns. Nebraska was, they got inside the 40-yard line 5 times in 9 drives. They scored 20 points, right? If you do that and you get inside the 40-yard line, you should score at least 4 to 4.5 points. So if you did that 5 times, that's 20.
Yeah, I know.
Or 24.
I know. Yeah.
If you score 5,
right.
now all of a sudden you're at 25 points, or you score 6 and you're at 30. If they scored 30 last year, they'd have been 10-2.
I know, man.
Only 2 teams scored more than 30 points on Nebraska.
But see,
Indiana
that's
and Illinois.
the consistency he's talking about.
It's finishing.
Yeah.
It's not making the little mistake.
Right.
First and goal.
Yeah.
Guy jumps off sides.
God.
So, yeah, you're backed up. You're now first
Come
and
on
goal
back.
from the 6. You still got to score.
Right.
You still got to get a touchdown. Give me a field goal from there.
I know.
I don't want to see any field goals less than 35 yards.
Facts.
I don't want to see that.
I like
Score
that.
touchdowns.
Right.
Even against Akron. Because if you do it against Akron, you do it against Houston Christian, do it against Michigan.
Yeah, right.
That's how you got to do it.
Yeah, right.
You got to get into it.
Yeah.
Number 2, crush their confidence early.
Right. But by doing what you said, though.
Yeah, come in. So they're going to come in here, and they're going to be fired up.
Right.
Akron didn't score last week. They've been hearing it all week from their coaches.
Yeah.
They're going to come in, light show. It's Nebraska at night.
Yep.
They're playing in the biggest atmosphere they ever played in.
Ever.
They're coming in fired up.
Right.
You crush them early.
Yes.
You score 14, 21 in the first quarter.
Yeah.
And them boys is like, man.
Yeah.
And I told you before the season, they were so bad with their grades, they cannot go to a bowl game. They're ineligible for a bowl game.
That's crazy.
You crush their confidence early.
Right.
Let me tell you about the Zips. The Zips have played 7 Power 4 teams since 2022. the score, they've been outscored 330 to 66.
Don't mess it up, Nebraska.
330 to 66, okay, in 7 games. Go out there and beat them early, put them out, and then second half, get your backup in.
Facts.
Get those guys playing.
Right.
Number 3, Nebraska gave up almost 96 yards rushing to the quarterback last week. The starting quarterback for Akron doesn't run. He's not a runner. But they have a Wildcat guy. Get this brother named Michael Johnson.
Okay.
You know any brother named Michael
Johnson is fast.
He
fast.
He is. Now, he's played at 3 schools.
Yeah.
Right? He played at Syracuse. He played at FAU. Now he's here. But he's primarily a Wildcat guy.
Okay.
So the Wildcat guy, what he's got to do is he's got to be able to make decisions, whether it's running it or throwing the ball down the field, right?
Right.
He didn't throw the ball all last week.
Yep.
I think they're going to try to sneak some stuff on Nebraska.
Okay.
So watch the Wildcat.
Right.
Stay at home. Don't try to make plays you can't play.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do.
But Nebraska can't beat a team that don't ball out on the zips.
They got to ball out.
Like, you have to ball out. Like,
Yes.
it's like ball
Give me
out.
a score.
Man, I'm
What's
talking.
ball out for you?
Ball out for me is like it's a minimum of 28-0.
Okay, final score.
Final score, I would say, I'm going to just say in the mid-30s. I'm going to just generalize it.
All right.
And they'll score 7.
So Nebraska 35-7.
Yes, sir. We'll just say 35-7.
All right, I got 41-7.
Okay.
I got 41-7. The line, like I mentioned, is right about 34.5 or something like that. So that if they won 35-7, I think some people probably be a little
right.
But you probably should get a minimum of 42 against this team, probably.
That's fact.
Based off of what they've done.
No, 100%.
So,
and who the coach is.
Go
Coach
out,
Rhule has done a great
go
job.
out there and take care of business and put it down on them.
Yeah,
There's no doubt
right.
about that.
And I like your energy there because, like, for years prior, it's always been trying to figure it out. Now we got it figured out, and now there's an expectation.
Take care of business, man. Take care of business.
Yes, sir.
Thank you to Jay Foreman.
Right.
I have Jay Moore on every Tuesday on Big Red Wrap Up, but thank you to Jay Foreman for coming on and chatting with him.
Yep.
It was great hearing from him. Thank you to Staple Gray for putting this whole thing together and getting everything going.
I want to give a shout out real quick.
Yeah, shout out somebody.
Omaha Central beat Bell US.
They did
And
on a field goal.
Yes.
By a field goal kicker who'd never played football
That's the
before.
shout out.
That's awesome.
That is
awesome.
It's not about on the Eagle.
this-
But the kid that never played football before hit a game-winning field goal.
Game-winning field goal.
Legendary.
And it wasn't to tie it. It's to
Win it.
That's pressure. And good job by him getting that done. That is
sir.
awesome
Yes, sir.
as well. Reminder again, Bud Light, our presenting sponsor. Thank you to them. They always make things
easy
to drink, easy to enjoy, no matter what you're doing. Also, check us out on YouTube, subscribe, and like if you're watching us on Spotify, if you're watching on Apple, wherever you're listening to or watching the show. Please like it and subscribe as well. It really helps us out.
Right.
Josh, take us away, sir.
Hey, Josh Jones here with my boy Michael Severe. You know how we do it. It's a Let It Fly show.